Okay, we should be live. Oh, what's going on? Should be live again. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. Anyway, I was saying that I'll show you the swans that are way out there. These are tough conditions. I mean, it's a beautiful sunny day, but these are tough conditions. Let me see. I know we went off air. Okay. I don't know why we went off air. That's a different story. And hopefully we weren't off too long. Depending on when we did go off air, you know, the bald eagles, the two adults, took off from where they were. I didn't show them to you very well because I was looking elsewhere. And they were, I don't know if they were going after another eagle that was in the air or what, but that's what happened. I tried to show you a northern harrier, but it was uncooperative. But so far, we've seen 3 bird of prey species: bald eagle, peregrine falcon, and northern harrier. We've also seen some swans. I'm not sure what kind. Maybe trumpeter. But I heard tundra, so maybe both? I don't know. I also heard earlier myself, before I set up, a blue jay, and I did see sandhill cranes in the air. Hold on, I see somebody else in the air right now. Bald eagle, I think. I see some ducks in the air. I'm not sure what kind. Let's see if we can take a look. With these conditions, I'm not able to tell you. I mean, it's tough enough as it is. And also the eagle. Eagle, where are you? Let's see if we can take a look at that eagle with the other camera. It will be tough. But let's see if we can do it. A golden eagle had been seen from Wildlife Drive a couple days ago, but who knows if it's still around. This does not look like the same bird that was in the photos that someone had taken. So, looks like a bald eagle, an immature. I may be wrong, but it's hard to tell. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Actually, I can't see it with the naked eye. Oh, I do see it. Hold on. Where are you? I can't get it now. Or can I? There it is. Okay, I'm going to let it go. And we'll switch cameras. See a crow on the ground up ahead. And another in the air up above. And then again, I don't think it would be in the air below. You know what I mean? Make it two crows on the ground. I wonder if we would be allowed. Look, I wouldn't mind a look. Oh, it took off. Oh, we still may get a look. Okay. The other one that's on the ground is out of view. They've got vegetation in the way. Let's see if we can do our best to see this one better. Get a reset here. Wouldn't mind if it were a little closer. Where'd you go? I know you're here. Oh, there's the other one. It just took off. And so this one. Okay. This is a different one now. That heat shimmer doesn't help. And they both took off for some reason. Not sure exactly why. Not at all sure why. Anyway, they took off. So, okay, let's switch back. with me? Okay, I think you're waiting. I don't know what's going on signal-wise. We're having problems. Third crow coming along from the left-hand side. The two crows that we were looking at are in a tree on the right-hand side. Anyway, I believe I didn't finish what I was saying earlier. You know, they close Wildlife Drive for the winter, and you know, it's not that big a deal, really, because with things freezing up, there's often not that much to see here anyway. And although, you know, there's always the possibility something will come along and be of interest. Well, and I've never, you know, never been on Wildlife Drive during, you know, when we're really into winter, but so maybe I'm wrong. But like I said, it doesn't bother me all that much. And then, you know, they reopen, weather permitting, April 1st. So, you know, there's always a chance, if depending on how much snow is around, that, you know, April 1st could come and go and they still have everything closed up because there may be snow on the road. That has not happened, as far as I know, in my experience. But I guess I don't believe so. But there was one year when they only opened the road partially, and I have a feeling that had as much to do with some maintenance they were performing, you know, and reworking of the road, some actual construction. As much as it did for, you know, snow on the road. But, you know, I think we would come as far as this turn up ahead and then have to turn around. To our right, you know, we're looking at the Bennings Marsh. It seems like here there's a little bit of water without any ice on top of it. Will anybody be here to see? I doubt it. We're just moving right along. We had seen in this little stretch, we had seen the American bittern weeks ago, but hopefully it's moved on. I'm guessing it has. Better have. Or else. To our left, everything is just, you know, what water there is coated with ice. 28 degrees, if that can be believed. I don't believe it. Hey, Mike. Anyway, you know, this today is the 16th, and they'll be closing Wildlife Drive, you know, pretty soon, and you know, at least by, you know, I guess close it at the end of the day on the 30th of November, but December 1st it should be closed. Now, a few weeks ago, we decided to climb that tower, the observation tower that's not too far from the visitor center, and the look from there was not good, given all the grasses that had grown in because they drained the pool this year. So, you know, in prior years I've gone up there when, you know, shortly after Wildlife Drive closed, and you know, it's making the best of the situation and trying to see what we could see. But I don't know if that's going to be worthwhile this year, just because of all the grasses. It's pretty safe to say I'm not going to do that again this year. If there were open areas, then I might think differently. Open areas of, you know, in view of water. Even then, I mean, that's assuming the water isn't frozen and there might be some you know, ducks there. But if things frozen over, you wonder if everyone has moved on already. All the ducks and waterfowl. You're not missing anything on the left-hand side. It is just grass and ice. So I'm just driving along here. Feeling we're not going to be seeing any more birds here on Wildlife Drive today. Always a chance, but maybe some starlings or something. See some, looks like starlings, unless they're red-winged blackbirds or something. through like we just did, and we did see some fairly interesting activity. I was glad to see the peregrine falcon. I was glad to see the bald eagles. Didn't really get to really see the northern harrier, but you see that kind of activity and not much else. You almost think that, oh boy, winter is here and we're heading into the deep freeze and everything's going to be closed up, winter, miserable, that sort of thing. But it's not that way. That's it for Wild Dog Drive, by the way. It's not that way at all. I mean, considering all we can and hopefully will see in the winter, I don't feel that way at all. No guarantee we'll see things in the winter, of course. There's never a guarantee we'll see anything any time of year, but we've seen too many things in winter, even up here, to say, oh, we're heading into a bad season, heading into a different season. And that difference means, in many ways, opportunity to see things we don't see the rest of the year. There are some white birds out there on Shockey Pool. I'm not sure what they are. They kind of look like gulls from here. And I think the pool's kind of frozen over. Crow. Gull, I thought I saw at Maze Point. Canada geese down below in the channel on the left. Gull in the air to our right. Oh, some ducks of some sort just flew overhead. I don't know what they were. They kind of looked like mergansers. I'm not sure. Flew right over us. Up in the air, what do I see? Hold on a second. I think they're cranes, if I had to guess. They are, and there's another smaller group up here. Hi, cranes. Aren't they gorgeous? Wish I were. Wonder where they're going. Let's. Wish I could turn around more easily here. Still within view. head that way, even though I would like to check out some of these other fields. You might say, well, we saw them last week. What do we need to see them this week for? Well, if you're just looking to see them just once or something like that, fine. I can understand that sentiment. But, you know, my goal is always to see something as well as possible. And even though we saw them fairly well last week, I want to see them even better, you know, if possible. I should have continued on as opposed to turning right around. I think I see, is that a red-winged blackbird or, I don't know. I don't know. If I had to bet, they're heading into, those cranes were headed towards the marsh, the Knox Marcellus Marsh, which is what we, you know, normally are looking at from East Road. In the air, just saw a blue jay. If they're down in the marsh, we may not get a good look at them just because of the distances involved and the sunshine. Today's a tough day, lighting-wise. To our left, the cornfield has not yet been harvested. And I've seen cranes there in that field afterwards before. Oh, what do we have? Is that somebody? Red-tailed hawk. Oh, we've been recording the whole time, but there's a red-tailed hawk right here. And down below, let's open the window. Down below, let's see what we have down here. Looks like cranes to me, at least there. Now we may still go looking for them here and there. The distances already, you can tell, are going to be tough on us today. Looking down below with the naked eye, it looks like most of that water is frozen. Just stopping to look with binoculars now. Most of it's frozen. So, you know, it's less likely to draw attention of birds. You know, I mentioned earlier today I saw flocks of snow geese in Cayuga Lake. And, you know, as I stated, you know, the lake is south of this general area of Montezuma, and you know, I don't know if the snow geese ever stopped here, you know, on their way to where they were, or if they just continued on because maybe they saw things were frozen. And the weather the last few days has been cold, so, you know, and things have been freezing overnight. So, you know, it could be that things have been just frozen enough to discourage the, you know, birds like the snow geese from arriving here. Okay, looking down below. All right, looking down below, it does seem like there's essentially nothing there except for the cranes. So we'll drive along here just a little ways, and then we'll take you know, the best look we can get from here, and then maybe we'll go looking elsewhere a little bit to see if we can find anybody else. I don't see that red-tailed hawk any longer, so maybe it took off. Hold on a second here. Let's look, I guess, from right here. Yeah, let's look from here. Won't be great, but we'll try. Where are the cranes? Let me tend to something while you're looking there. Okay. So we're not getting a great view, certainly. And you can see the majority of them are just eating. And that's pretty much it for here. There's not much else going on. I'm going to look around with binoculars. Here, crow. I've seen a red-tailed hawk. Camera is currently pointed at cranes. I'm looking around with binoculars. And I think we're going to move on. And hopefully, in the air I see a bald eagle and 1, 2, 5 crows. 6 crows. The bald eagle is an immature. At least I think so. Where are you, Eagle? Oh, come on. It's coming this way. Can't get it. Actually, it's... hold on a second. Beautiful eagle. Problem is, I can't get it. Hold on, I gotta